What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trades, where we get technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I am not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. The reason that I started this channel is because a couple of years back, I was about $30,000 deep in some pretty bad medical debt, and I was very fortunate to have some close family friends and mentors that pushed me to work really hard and invest my money. And I am happy to say that not only am I now financially free, but I'm doing pretty well for myself at the age of 23. So if I can pass along any of the information, resources, or tools to you guys, make the community a little bit better off than it was before, that's all I can ask for. Lastly, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video, it really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this, as I do post videos every single day. Now, I have not made an updated video on my 20K to 30K challenge for January in some time, so I want to give a quick update on how the portfolio has been looking this week, where I'm currently sitting, how things are going in that sense, and I just want to give a quick shout out to the guys over at the Patreon before we get going into that. We are 57 members strong. Dave, Ricardo, Amit, Iodel, Jaden, Mecca, Ridgeway, Alec, Arthur, Nantana. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. They'll have access to the private Discord as well as real-time insight to my personal trading, and there's a link down below in the description box if you're interested in joining the Patreon. Now, last time that I posted a video on this stock, I do believe that I was about $18,000 to $19,000 in my portfolio account. I will pull up my channel real quick and show you my playlist on my 20 to 30K challenge, and show you where I was last sitting before we made this update today. Point it out to me. Where is it? There it is. All right, so my last video that I posted was not this one. Play all. Here we go. I was at $18,971. So my portfolio is made up of APXT, Fuel Cell, Lee, MVIS, NEO, and XPEV. And I made a couple of changes to my portfolio and changed my strategy, and I've been having a lot of success as I have made about half of my portfolio day or swing trades, and I have made off pretty well in both of these categories. So why am I showing this to you guys? Well, that is because I want you to know that anybody can make money in the market. As I said in my intro, there was a point in time where I was $30,000 deep in medical debt, and I was extremely fortunate. When I first got into the market a couple of years back, I was pretty bad at it, right? There was my first 10-day or swing trades, I lost probably 6 or 7 of them. So there's a learning curve, right? And I got my undergraduate in nutrition, so I have no sort of financial background until I started, studying the market, reading books, watching YouTube videos, learning technical analysis, learning fundamentals of companies, learning how to swing the market and use momentum and leverage of volume and different indicators to make money. And if I can show you guys that that's possible, and somebody out there is able to transform their investing, that is exactly what I'm looking for. And I just want to prove to you that you don't need to have a financial background. You don't need to be an expert in the market. You just need to work for it. You need to learn the market. You need to surround yourself with great people, great mentors, and a great community like what we're building here at Trades, where you can learn and surround yourself with knowledge and information and improve as you go. And that is exactly what we've done. It's been a great week. I was at about $19,000 and some change at market close last Friday, and I'm currently sitting just shy of $26,000. So it was an insane week. I made just shy of $7,000, huge margins of return. I'm very, very happy, and my huge plays for the week were on BNGO, JAGX, and PTE. So I'll show you my closed positions at this current moment. BNGO, I made a profit of $1,497. IDEX, I made a profit of $353. OCGN, I took for a small loss as I bought in a little bit too high, bought in at $3.20, and I sold out at about $2.70 for a loss of $277. I cut that before it started bleeding. It's great to move your money somewhere else where it can make you some cash, and I took the funds there and I put them into PTE, and I'm currently up 28% at $895 in PTE. So how did I make this much money in a week? So my current portfolio is an APXT, Fuel Cell, JAGX, Lee, MVIS, and PTE. And Fuel Cell had a fantastic week. We were up 22 or 23% on Thursday, and up about 3% again on Friday on Fuel Cell. And if I pull them up real quick for you, you can see it was a fantastic week. We'll look at the 10-day chart here. Insane growth. It's been absolutely phenomenal for the last 4 days, and that has been one of the big money makers for me, and that is one of my long-term holds. I do plan on holding this through 2021, as I do have a price target on them of about $35 to $40 in the long term. And I think they're doing exactly what Plug Power is going to do in the future, right? I think they're going to be a great company. Clean energy is the future, and that is a huge hold for me through 2021. APXC has not been giving me much as of late. They have been kind of a bleeder stock, kind of slowly dripping down. But if you look at one of my previous videos on APXC, I did just post one. It will give you an update on the price action and where I think this is going, and I do think this is going to be a good stock. I do think it has potential to touch $30 in the future, $25 to $30, and I will be holding this for a midterm investment up until the day of the merger. So APXC was not a huge moneymaker for me this week. The big moneymakers were my swing trades, right? So I'm currently up 253% on JAGX. I made $2,500 so far, and I do easily see the stock reaching $6 or $7 on Monday if the merger is announced on JAGX. That would not surprise me in the least bit. And if that does happen, we're going to be sitting really solid on JAGX. So if we come over here and look at my cost basis on JAGX, I did get in at about $1.13 with 900 shares. Now, my only regret being that I didn't take the money that I put into OCGN and just pump it all into JAGX. I did split up my investments between those two penny stocks just so that if one popped off and the other one just kind of bled, I could cut my losses and make money on the other. And JAGX was the one that I made money on, and OCGN was not. So it's been very solid. I put about $1,000 into it, as you can see, and I'm up $2,583. And I do see the margin returning even more than that on Monday, in which I will sell the stock if the merger is announced. And if it is not, I will gladly take the profits that we're currently sitting at, as I do have a trailing stop loss set for about 15% on JAGX. Now, PTE is another stock that is sitting very nice for me right now. I'm up currently 28%, and if we do look at PTE, this stock has a webinar on Monday, and they're kind of flying under the radar right now. They've got some pretty solid volume coming in yesterday compared to their usual. It's very unusual trading volume. I do have videos covering this stock if you'd like to check them out on my channel in more detail, but I do anticipate this being a $2 stock on Monday, their webinar being at 5 a.m. CST or 6 a.m. EST if you are on that side of the states. And this will be a very solid return, as I am in at $1.03 with 3,100 shares at a cost basis right around $3,000. And if it does reach $2, I will be sitting at about 100% margin of return. I'll make back about $3,000 on my investment, which would be absolutely phenomenal. I'd be extremely happy with that. And that was one of my huge makers on the market this week. Now, MVIS was a stock that I invested in a little bit too early, but it is one of my long-term holds. I will be holding this through 2021. I have been slowly averaging down on MVIS. My first purchase was right around $7.53 with a pretty large investment. I got into this with about $5,000, and then since then I've been dollar cost averaging down to slowly reach $6.75.9. And I've just been adding to my position ever so slowly as we do see the stock drop. It has, hit a bottom, so it would seem. It does look like it's beginning some bullish momentum. I do have videos covering MVIS if that interests you on the channel. It's in a playlist on my channel, so go check it out if you'd like to see more. But I think this is going to be a great stock for 2021. I can easily see this reaching $20, even if it is not bought out by Microsoft or Apple or Tesla or Ford, as it is rumored to be bought out soon. I do think this is going to be a great stock, but this did have a little bit of a rebound this week. We did see lows right under $5. We did touch $4.75 at one point. So even though I'm currently down on MVIS, I was down more before. I was down about $3,000 on MVIS, and it is slowly making a rebound back. And I would not be surprised to see this touch, the 1 month high, most likely the 52-week high of $9.75 in the near future and beyond that, right? So that's currently, one of the other plays that have made me some money. I've made back some losses in which I've taken on MVIS, which I will be holding as I think in the long term that that investment and average cost of $675 is going to be nothing compared to where they're going to be at the end of the year. I do think they're going to be a $20+ stock, and to me it is completely worth holding for the mid to long term. So that was another huge moneymaker for me, and Lee is one of my dead weight stocks, and I will publicly admit that, you know, I'm not a perfect investor. I think no matter what you do as an investor or a trader, there are going to be times in which you make the wrong decision, right? And Lee was a wrong decision for me. I did buy in too early. I chased, and I know I should not have chased on this stock. I bought it at $41.75, and it was not a very big stake. You know, I bought 11 shares for about $500. Currently sitting down about $82, so a little less than $500 total. And honestly, I might be cutting that $82 loss just so I can have that extra $377 of dry powder to put into another stock where it's going to do me some more good. So that is primarily how I made my huge returns on the week. The big home run hits were JAGX, PTE, and BNGO. BNGO I did close for a very solid gain. I made about $1,500 off of that stock. I took a second crack at it recently, and I cut my losses at about $150 as it was starting to bleed. But funnily enough, it is making a comeback, so that's very interesting to see on the charts. But you know, I entered into that stock at about $4.73, sold at a small loss of about $4.50. And one of my biggest tips that I can pass on to you guys is when you are losing on a day or swing trade, don't become emotionally attached. You are not going to hit it on every single play. If you invest in 10 stocks that are swing or day trading opportunities, you know, every month, and you hit on 7 of those and you hit them really good, but 3 of them you miss, right? You lose 5%, 10%, 15%. Those are going to be greatly outweighed by the 6 or 7 that you hit out of the park where you slam that ball and it just freaking shatters, right? It's nowhere near the stadium. Cutting your losses is a part of the investment journey, guys. You're not going to make it on every single stock, and I'm never going to give you, like, I'm going to give you guys plays that are going to be wrong sometimes, right? Because OCGN, for example, there were people that made that play work. They got in at the right time, they rode it to the high, they made money, they were up over 100% margin of return, right? And that is phenomenal. But I got in too late. I sold out of BNGO, and at the time when I sold out and got into OCGN, it had already run up, right? And I got in at a pullback. It you know, it looked very promising, but it just flatlined, right? So I got in at about $3.11. Looked like it was flatlined a little bit. I could have sold for a small profit at $3.76, but I didn't. You know, I let it ride, and that was a mistake, right? In the market, we make mistakes, and let that be a lesson for you to always take profits when you can, and to cut your losses when they're small. The market typically and the charts are very readable. And at this point, you know, if we zoom out right here to see, you know, how the market's looking, how the chart's looking, it looks flatlined, right? I don't see it doing anything without any sort of major news catalyst. So you do some research, you decide, okay, the stock's not really doing anything right now. I might as well just take my loss. That's the best thing to do. You don't want to let your stock just bleed. You don't want to let your money just sit there, because at that point, you might as well put it in a 2% interest savings account, because it's going to do more good for you than it is sitting in a stock that's doing nothing, right? By cutting your losses at $100, $200, $300, 5, 10%, 15%, and putting it into a stock that's going to make you 70, 80, 90%, you are going to see a massive run up, and you're going to make all that money back and then some. You're going to be profitable, and you're going to have a great week in the market. As I can show you here, that is what I did with this, right? I made some mistakes on NEO. I bought in too early. I made some mistakes on XPEV, bought in too early. I had some losses, right? Cutting those losses and putting it somewhere where it can make me money, not only make those losses back, but make more money, is absolutely huge. And that's the biggest takeaway that I can give to you guys on how I made $7,000 in the market this week, is cut your losses and move your money. Don't let your money just sit in a stock that's doing nothing, right? Unless it's a mid to long-term investment and you know it's going to do something over the next period of time. But as a day or swing trade, or a stock that you bought into early on, sometimes it is best to cut your losses. Now, Microvision is my exception. I'm not getting out of Microvision because this stock is just way too hot and has way too many good things for me to get out of. I think they're extremely undervalued, and I just don't think a lot of people understand how much power Microvision has and how much money is tied to the company. But that is how I made as much money as I did. That's how I grew my account from $19,000 to almost $26,000 in 1 week. So that is what I have for the video today. I just want to give you guys an update on my journey to $30,000 in January. We're looking very good. We're looking like we're going to surpass that goal pretty easily. as long as we can continue to have the great week in the market, just like we did last week. So we're going to keep looking for those great day or swing trading opportunities. We're going to keep trying to make you guys some money. Of course, make your own financial and investing decisions, but if you follow along on the channel, I'll do my best to present the information to you the way I see it, and we'll continue to do as good as we can, right, and keep making some cash. So that's what I have today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel. Consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. And lastly, I do have an affiliate link in the description box down below for TubeBuddy. Now, TubeBuddy is an SEO optimization website that I personally pay a $9 per month membership fee for, and I would highly recommend it to anybody, as it is highly what I attribute growing from 0 to 3,000 subscribers in 22 days to. So if you are a content creator or are looking to become one, it helps get your videos into the eyes of your intended audience and is a great tool. If you use my link, I will receive a commission at no extra cost to you. And if you're not interested, that's totally fine. I'm just glad to have your support and having your time here on the channel in that way. So thank you for watching the video. That is all I have for today, my friends, and I will see you all next time. Peace.